Okay, so today we are making root beer candies because root beer barrels were one of my dad's favorite, and it's Father's Day today. So in honor of him, wherever in the universe he may be, he passed away in 2016. So yeah, I just wanted to think about him and think about the things that I learned from him, which is a lot. So let's get down to the table. We should have the overhead, and that one isn't. Let's go like anywhere. There we go. Well, maybe not. Hang on. Why? I don't move this thing. Okay, I take the phone off, and that's all I do. But for some reason, it always wants to go. Maybe it's the phone itself. Nope. I don't know. Well, I'll be a little bit off today. It's okay. You might see a cat bowling between the one bedroom and the laundry room because she decides that she wants to do stuff. So let's turn off this light though. There we go. And you know what? We need to turn on the overhead light. See, I get to the point where I'm just running around doing all the things. I don't have a checklist. I just run around and do all the things. So we are at 267, so we have a few more moments before the candy syrup is ready. So I opened a new package of lolly sticks because I need a new package of lolly sticks. So I'm just going to put these in there. I've got the flavor oil all ready to go. Now it's not my shoes that are sticky, it's the mat that's sticky, but it was raining earlier, and I'm like, well, I should just throw the mats outside and let it rain on them. So we'll get the rest of the lollies ready. So we're going to make lollies and cut candies. And it's been a while since I've done root beer, but I figured today's a goodish day to do it. So we've got 3 dozen lollies, and I only made a half batch-ish because I started off, all my test batches are 4-pound batches. So this is what, 8-pound batch, and then my regular batches are 13-ish. So we got 3 more. Let's get 3 more and then close this up. Do we get them all? We'll put that up there. So, and I try and get them in the center. Now these are poured lollies. I could do like the other lollies, but I need to practice those a little bit more. All right, this is ready. We've got this ready for the syrups. We've got our ladles ready. The heat pad is ready. I think we need to angle this lamp up just a smidge. There we go. Okay. Let's see what we're at. We're at 272. So, I should be able to get it in the little, the smaller, let's do overhead. See, I didn't move that one either. Oh my goodness, I don't even touch that one. Anyway, I'll figure it out. So we should be able to use the smaller silicone mat as far as the pouring it out on the table here, because by the time we take out for the lollies, it will be a smaller batch, and I need to kind of clear off the space here and get all this stuff ready. I think these are my, yeah, these are the ones that got green on them. They should be okay though. Okay. I washed them, but I don't know if it's a stain or if it's gonna come out later. Because it didn't come out in the wash. Alright, so we're just a game of hurry up and wait. We're at 278. Let me get a drink, and if you notice anything on here that I didn't do right, put it out to me in the comments. Like, some of these sticks aren't exactly center. But the way I look at things now is it's handmade. It's not made in a factory. It's not made by a bunch of big machines with a bunch of who knows what kind of ingredients. We kind of know what they are. At least we know what they are. And, you know, the machine-made ones aren't even perfect. So how can you expect me to be perfect, right? Right. All right, I'm going to drink coffee. Oh, cool. Hello, Candy Kingdom. Hang on. I want to see if I can do this. If this will let me do this. Oh, you know what we did? We did something. Hang on. Overhead. No. We're going to do this one. There we go. And then we do this one. And then we can do this. Hi! Yay! I remember how to do these now. Look at me go. So we're making lollies or lollipops, suckers, whatever you want to call them. I don't like calling them suckers because that makes me feel weird. And then we'll make some cut rock as well. We're at 287 for temperature right now. That's Fahrenheit. Don't ask me to do Celsius because my brain don't. I suppose I could just push the button. Hang on, we'll find out. 288 Fahrenheit, or well, golly jeepers. It says either Celsius or Fahrenheit. There it goes. 143 in Celsius. Now hopefully I can get it back to Fahrenheit. There we go. 292, 293. Here we go. All right. So, 294. I'm going up to about 310. I'm going to add the flavor and the color, give it a gentle stir, and go from there. So I've got plenty of ladles now. I got these ones on Amazon because I couldn't find silicone ones local, and they're really small. So I'm going to see how many lollies I can do with one, and then we'll go from there. I am going to grab my little Silpat here. This guy's going to go up here. I'm going to put this here. Let's put that there. There we go. Okay. Just trying to tidy up a bit. And that way we can put our ladles on that pad. And then when we get this all done, do I have a space to put the lollies when we're done? All right, we're at 300. And I'm going to shuffle this around a little bit over here. We're all geared up for tomorrow and Tuesday. $302. All right. We're at 305.8. Okay. Take this off. There we go. As soon as I see that 310, then I know. All right. Is that in the shot? Yeah, mostly. Let's move it over a little as we can. Okay, I'm going to get my jar. So we can take this off, and then once the bubbles stop, we'll add the flavor oil and the color. There we go. So we're doing root beer, lollies, and cut rock candy. I'm going to do a bunch of smaller stripes on it, I think. So we'll separate off a chunk, probably a little, like about a quarter, and then we'll just make it a lot of little stripes on it. All right, the bubbles have stopped. And see, I don't know how much of this infrared registers. If it's reading the actual syrup or if it's reading the bottom of the pot, because it shines all the way down to the bottom of the pot. So let's add our color. Or this is not our color, this is our flavor. It does have some color to it, but I'm going to add a few more drops. I wish I knew what happened to my little black spatulas. I don't know what happened to them. They disappeared. They're my favorite little guys. They work perfect. But you know what we'll do? We'll use this one. These are my baking ones. So we can get all that root beer goodness out of there. So there's probably a solid 2 grams just stuck to the container. Okay. And then stuck on me. Alright, so let's see if we can count to 20 today. I do it in my head. Because if I do it out loud, then I don't know, I lose track or something. Okay, and then we're just going to give this a little stir. And get it all mixed in. I used to do this on the stove, so that way I knew the bottom was still getting warm. But now, I guess, depending on the pot, like there's a pot I won't do this because it's a cheap Walmart one. Here we go. Okay, we're gonna let some of those bubbles pop. Oop. I'll put this over here. And then I'm going to turn this, this way. It looks like hair, but it's strings of candy goodness. Okay. Let's grab one of our ladles that I've been heating, and I'm just going to fill it mostly full. And wait for the bottom to stop dripping mostly. And bring it over. Okay. And then we're going to take this spatula, we'll scrape out the bottom of this. There we go. Grab another one. Actually, hang on one second. I'm actually going to move this over just a hair. And we're going to do it this way, so I can bring the tray closer and not have the handle in the way. That's a novel concept. Okay. And we're going to fill it 3/4 of the way full. And then oops. Okay. Again, we're going to scrape this out. Go. Put that with that. Scrape this off. There we go. Because then that we can put in our batch when we pour it. Okay, so before we go any further, I want to take these and twist them. I'm going to just make sure that they're straight in there. And I have a heat gun in my shopping cart because I want to see if this is kind of like resin where if you heat it, it'll, whoops, this is not working. No. Okay, fine. We won't twist you then. We'll just give you a wobble. But I want to see if, like, if I hit it with a heat gun, if it will pop some of the bubbles. Because I like the bubbles. I think it makes it look like stained glass. Not that there's bubbles in stained glass, but sometimes there is. Okay, so now we're going to turn this way. I'm going to move you out of the way, sir. There we go. Grab another ladle. Now that I have all these ladles, I don't worry so much about running out. Okay, so bring this. Okay, the next one I'm going to try something different here. Because for some reason this stuff is being really saucy. It wants to go everywhere. Oh, I missed one right there. It's okay. Okay. Oops, get the bigger one. And then oops, I didn't lift up on that one. Okay, and then here we go. And we'll get one of these small ones. Hopefully that's enough to do those 4. Whoa. Okay, now we can turn these. So you see this kind of floats up. This one's look alright. Those will look okay. Ooh, that's warm. Okay. I'm going to move this and then I'll pour the rest of this out. So we're going to put the bars down just to kind of contain them a little bit. Let's move this back. Yeah, that pot's still really, really, really warm, which is cool. So let's see where we want these to be. Right about here. And my clamps. Oopsie daisy. Okay, it's gonna be that kind of day. That's all right. We go with the flow. Okay, so I don't super tighten them down, just so they don't wiggle. See, it doesn't wiggle. Because wiggling is not what we want. But I have a project in the works right now. I got all the supplies for it, so we'll see how that works. Because at worst case scenario, it'll be a really cool display. Best case scenario, it takes care of my warpy table issue. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this pot out of the way. There we go. You get up there, there. There we go. Now, this guy got a little orange from the tangerine yesterday, so we're just going to go with the flow. And first we're going to take this, I'm going to put this in here. And this is why I love silicone. Okay. And then, do I have another silicone spatula? Handy, yes I do. Okay. And then we're gonna dump this out. So I'll take this and scrape the bottom. Because the bottom is still very, very hot. Hopefully we didn't get any crystallization. I don't think we should, because everything except for this one spatula has been hot when it goes in. So that is usually the best way. Oh, you know what we forgot to do? God bless. We forgot to grease the pad. That's okay. I think this is a small enough batch where it will cool off fast enough. Okay. There we go. Get off there, I say. Okay, there we go. So, no. we're still really too hot. So I'm gonna let this sit for a minute. I'm mostly doing this just to check for crystallization and make sure that we don't have any rogue sugar crystals, because it has happened. And that's why when I do lollies, I try and do it from a smaller batch, but sometimes I don't want to make a smaller batch because I like strawberry. Strawberry, we fly through strawberry. So I'm going to take all of this and put it in here. Oh, come off there. There. Good Lord. Here, I was just bragging about how silicone's so awesome. And you guys do that to me. See, now this is more silicone, so this can come off. And I probably have better luck with this. There we go. Okay, that did not work the way it was supposed to. That landed right on my foot. Ah, joy. I want to clean that up real quick. All right, you know what? We're just going to put that in there. And you know what? This isn't even really worth it. Nope. So I'm going to put all this in and put it over out of the way. And I need a paper towel to wipe up this extra, just so it doesn't get everywhere. All right, we're gonna give that a moment to cool. I'm gonna grab a sip of coffee. I'll be right back. Okay, I feel better. It's amazing what coffee can do for you. I mean, I feel bad for people who don't like coffee. Not that they don't like it, but they can't have it. I feel bad. Because for me, coffee is what keeps me going. All right, you. Mm. No, thank you. See, it's still really hot, so it's sticking. See? But the cool thing about these gloves is once it cools off, I mean, you got a sticky mess, right? Not for long. You know what's sad is I'm looking at this going, oh no, it's sticking to me, ew. And it's like, I can't feel it. Whatever. Your own brain is so weird. There we go. Yep, we have no crystallization so far, so that's a good sign. Nope. No. We're right on that border of being too big for this pad. Okay. So we're going to roll this over again. So we can get it off the edge. It's kind of cool when it does that. Hang on. Let's do it that way. So I pull it and fold it over. So it's kind of pretty when it goes. So you can see it's still really hot. So we just keep moving it, folding it in on itself. Really? We're getting there. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to flip this on itself. Okay, work quickly. I'm going to move this over so it's on a cooler part of the table. See, no more sticking at all. So pretty. I mean, for a lump of brown, it's pretty. not moving as fast. So I'm gonna grab a travel camera here, and we're gonna put it over at the hook so you guys can chill and watch that spread out slowly. Okay, let's grab, where'd my blue gloves go? Good Lord, I've lost everything. Here they are. I was gonna say I lost everything, including my mind. All right, we're gonna take these little crumbs and bits, put them in there. Here we go. Put our big gloves over here. Perfect. Still got a nice droop to it, but we need to go to the hook. Oh, you know what we forgot to do? Hold on. I need to take a little chunk out for our stripes. That should be good. Yeah. That might be actually too much, but that's okay. We'll make it work. All right. a little. It was pretty. Couple more pulls. There we go. Sorry. I forget that you're here. All right, I think we're good. Okay, so I take these blue gloves off, and I'm gonna put you overhead for just a moment while we go get the other camera. Okay, so got you set up here. And I'm probably going to give this a couple more pulls. But it's the color difference. And that's as far back. Wait a minute, maybe I can do this. Hang on. Hold on. That's the thing about live streaming. You just kind of go with the flow. No, that's too low. All right. We'll work on that. Whew. It's like I make candy. I don't need to go to the gym. Come on. There you go. All right, so let's get our candy gloves out. These the good ones? Yeah. There's one that has a thumb cut. All right, so let's see if we can like this to be one big happy mass and not get our fingers stuck in it. Alright, hang on. Time to grab. I think I'm getting most of this wax off that I put on there. I think most of it's coming off now. There we go. We're a little crooked. There we go. So, it looks like a meatloaf. Alright, and this guy. So I'm going to put him here so he can stay nice and warm. And then cut this in half-ish. That looks highly inappropriate, but that's only because I have a weird mind. Okay, so there's one. Okay, I'll bring it over here because I have a bigger space. Okay, and then there's one. Okay. So we're going to pinch off this end first. What are you doing? Don't do that. Stick to my glove. Crazy thing. Okay. Whoa. Good thing I have the silicone pad there. We're going to give it a squish. And are these stripes even? Nope. Do I want them even? I kind of did. But you know what? We go with the flow. You can pinch this up and make it neat. There we go. Okay. Those little shards out of the way. There is a bubble there. Pop that. There we go. All right. Now, I'll turn this pad down a little bit. That'll help keep it warm but not liquidy. All right. It looks like a Hershey's Kiss. It looks like a Hershey's Kiss. Okay. There we go. Now let's get all this stuff out of the way. So we have a place to put all our candy. That's good enough. It'll be fine. All right, here we go. Flip. Oh, why are you doing this to me already? Fine. See, this is what we do when it gets stubborn. We just make candy anyway. So, that one always likes to fall off. And the scraper. Actually, I have my other one. This one works better. Okay. Let's re-oil this. Maybe it was too long in between. No, don't fall, don't fall. Thank you. Oof. Went into a little bit of a panic right there. Because I don't want to have to try and wash that if it falls on the floor. See, I think the base is... Oh, I got that going on over there. All right. See, now this is supposed to be warm enough because I have the heat, had it under the heat lamp. So let's see. Okay. We're flat as a pancake. Okay. It's okay. We make things work. Here we go again. Let's try this again. So this is why I want to get a roller, batch roller, because that way if something goes amiss at the other end, I'm not trying to fix stuff on the fly and then my things go all kittywampus. See, I know exactly what's wrong and I need to fix it. But we're in the middle of a batch. We can't fix it now. I thought I could get through this batch without a problem. But apparently not. It's okay. We're just going to roll with it. No pun intended. Okay, so we're going to bring that. We're going to set this here, that there. I'm going to take this and run it through. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. That's okay. The end fell off. Which is great, because we want it to break easily. Right? Okay. I feel like Speedy Gonzales. If you don't know who Speedy Gonzales is, I'm not being weird. It's a little mouse. I don't remember if it was Looney Tunes or Tom and Jerry. If you remember, let me know in the comments. Okay? I'm trying to get 3 cut. But it's not letting me. This one, actually, I could do 4. Okay. This is really turning out pretty, though. This one got all kitty wampus, so let's cut it. There we go. So that one's really thin, so we need to put him underneath here for a second. Okay. And this one should be cool enough to cut because it got really small. So we're going to use these as samples. There we go. This mat keeps sliding. Forgot that there's an edge to that carpet. Okay.
Hello?
Hello? Gotta go through as and see.
Hello? Is that right? Yeah, when you do, if that time, yeah, sure. Okay. Cool. You too.
we can turn this thing off. That's why it's getting hot in here. Well, not the only reason why. The Presto pot was still on. Okay. So I warm up the ladles in a Presto pot with the lid on it. So it's not like perfectly heated, but it's better than using a cold room temperature ladle. Because the first time I did the ladles, I was working with a big pot of watermelon and the whole batch of candy seized. So I started heating up the ladles and it stopped doing that. But now I'm stupid paranoid about it. And so I try to make sure that at least the ladles are hot. We're almost done. I like twisting them. Come on. Okay, well, you know what? We'll just make you a sample size. If you're going to be like that. There we go. See? You don't need to be like that. Sometimes it just gets stuck and then it does this weird stuff. And it's okay. We just work with it. Oh, no, you don't. There we go. So, before we get done here, I just want to make sure to wish all the fathers out there a happy Father's Day. And if you're a mom that's also the dad, happy Father's Day to you too. You know, I say the same thing on Mother's Day to all the dads out there that are moms too. And if you're a fur dad, you're still a dad. You still love and nurture and care for fur babies. That's important too. Because the world needs more love. And that is why I make candy. Always being a pain. That doesn't surprise me. Okay. There we go. So let's cut this here. I'll leave it here. Cut this here, leave it here. Cut this here. Okay. There's more candy on the floor than there normally is. That's okay. And we're gonna just cut these with the scissors. See, these will be little samples because we hand out samples at markets, and we're going to give them to our wholesalers as well. So I'm going to move this guy because he's still warm. No, you can't go there. There we go. So let's put overhead on. Those are all the awesome candies that we got. I'm gonna get a drink because I think I bit my tongue. I'm not sure. We're just gonna roll with it. Okay, so let's grab a pair of black gloves. These are whatchamabobbers, nitrile gloves, because I am allergic to latex, so no latex for me. I found that out at the most inopportune time, but that's a story for another day. So these are all cool. So let me just break them all up. Just like that. And I'm trying to make sure that they're all broken up. Or we can just drop them in here. And sometimes they shatter, sometimes they don't. But there's... So yeah, I just don't like how sometimes they shatter unevenly, and I'm like, I don't know. Can you see that? Yes, you should be able to. See how they shatter unevenly? I don't like that. I'm particular. So if I got up, if I get this set up right, they don't do that. But I don't have it done just right yet. So we see how they're supposed to break apart just with nothing. That one's still really warm. Like these ones. Yeah. See. I don't know, maybe I just feel like I worked so hard on all of them. I want them to look perfect. You you know. And it's only once in a while they break off shattered. But so we'll take these and we'll put them all in here. Cause see, we can see. I just like that sound. Maybe that's it. That one wants to just break on its own, so we're gonna let it do it. Where did my scraper go? There it is. So, oops. See, sometimes they don't break. Maybe I need to roll them over here and then break them, kind of like how Logan's does theirs. They pull it, punch it, and then she goes, and they all just break up nice and neat. Maybe I need to start doing that. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna get that out of there before someone says it's a hair. It does, it's a hair of sugar. It's a sugar hair. It's technically sugar floss because before they had cotton candy machines, they used to do spun sugar by melting the sugar like we do for hard candy, but then they go like this really, really fast with the really, really fine piece of with a really fine piece of candy string, and hence the term spun sugar, because you basically spin it. All right, let's put this. I just like the sound. I'll get you a close up here when we get a few more done, so you can see how they came out. I think they're pretty. And I'm gonna go put a couple in the backyard. As tribute to my dad. I don't know if you guys do that. We leave tribute for those that have come before us on Father's Day, Mother's Day, and all like holidays and stuff too. Like, because my grandfather passed when I was actually in culinary school. That was a hard day. And my car caught on fire when I was in culinary school too. That's a story. So, culinary school wasn't exactly the best. Well, that worked really nice. Let's try that again. Maybe I do need to break these when they're a little bit more hot. Maybe they'll break better. I don't know. I see a combination. Sometimes I see them being broke up when they're cooled, and sometimes I see them getting broke up when they're still warm. So let's get these in here. Oh, that broke up nice. Yeah. So tomorrow's live stream is going to be probably the most boring live stream ever, but it needs to get done, so why not make it a Q&A or just a hangout, co-worker and thing. I'm hoping tonight to get Meld to work on my laptop again with the NDI instead of using the MacBook. So, whoa, see? Golly. I haven't even tasted this yet. Hopefully I did everything right. Went through all this work, hopefully it tastes good. So, get all this out of here, and then the lollies are still cooling. It's really warm in here today. It's like 74, 75. So I'm gonna get all this in a tub. I have to go get one out of the pantry. But get this in a tub with some desiccant packs and yes, these. I didn't even have to do anything to that one. So the other thing I'm going to work on is a cutter very similar to the ones that Logan's Candy uses. And Hercules, I think I came up with a way to make kind of DIY my own and still have it be food safe. I need to get some red oak. And unfortunately the closest place that carries red oak is like an hour drive away from me. So at least Home Depot didn't have the size that I wanted, and it's Home Depot, so who knows if it's actually truly red oak. But this is like a company, and that's all they do is like specialized woods. They had some ones that I'd never even heard of, and I'm like, that's interesting. I would like to play with that. Let's find some pretty ones. These ones are kind of towards the end, so they're not as pretty. Ooh, these are pretty. No judgment. We love all candy equally, except for grape. Grape is not my, yuck. And sour, I'm trying to embrace it, but you know, if you like sour candy, leave me here we go. Leave me a sour, a piece of candy in the comments. Flood the comments with pieces of candy if you love sour candies. So yeah, let's just. Did I get all of them now? Most of them. There's a few over here. Okay. Let's grab the travel camera. I call it the travel camera because it's the one that I move around the kitchen. And so it goes on sojourn. It goes on travels. So yeah, there is Dad's Ripper candy. Turned out pretty cool. Wow. What do y'all think? Well, I'm going to go have a burger and a beer and celebrate my dad and Grandpa Dan. So we will catch you in the next one. Toodles. Oh, and be kind to one another.